Well, here we are in the Spectrum Center. The confetti's been dropped. The crowds have gone away. ESPN's taken all their pictures, and it's Dalton Godby, it's Eric Crawford talking about another ACC tournament game. And we were in Greensboro, North Carolina, after an ACC tournament game 2 years ago, where Louisville had come in after a 4-27 regular season, faced a team without its best player, a Boston College team, and lost. Didn't really appear interested in being there. Didn't really have any grit. Didn't play a lot of defense. And it was over. And we talked to guys who were not sure whether they were coming back, and we didn't know where the program was going. How different was tonight? Louisville loses to Duke in the championship game with an ACC tournament, but a completely different feel.
You hate to say that you can be happy after a loss, but I think that Louisville fans feel a bit of happiness.
Maybe,
to feel back to a position where winning is expected, and I think the locker room expects to win also. That's kind of what we saw when we were in there after the game. Chucky Hepburn was tough on himself for his performance tonight and says he's got to be better. Can't do that in big games. A couple other players talked about being better, and it seemed like the focus was, okay, hate to lose this one, but tomorrow on Selection Sunday, we're changing our focus, we're shifting gears, and it's March Madness time.
Yeah, I know. I appreciated this team, the way it was able to conduct itself this week, the grit that it fought back with. It was down and had to beat Stanford. It had to really fight some adversity all week because Rain Smith didn't play in any of these games. That changes fundamentally what Louisville does offensively. Instead of getting to be able to spread the court, they have to play in a much more compact space. They didn't make a lot of threes in any game. They didn't make a lot of threes in this game against Duke. But they think they're going to get Smith back for the NCAA tournament, and they came away with a positive outlook. I don't think any of them were happy, particularly with this game. I felt like they thought they had a chance to knock Duke off if they played the way they wanted to. And for 28 minutes they did, but after that they really couldn't do much with Duke, who was really good, and I think made sure that people knew that maybe they're not as good without Cooper Flagg as they are with him, but they're still pretty darn good.
Still really good. I think Rain Smith changes things for this Louisville team in instances like we saw tonight. There was a block by Gongba that resulted in a Sion James 3 on the other end, and it felt like things really shifted there.
Yeah.
In that moment, Duke goes on a run, puts a gap between Louisville and them. That's where Rain Smith maybe hits a couple threes, stops the bleeding, or at least gives them the ability to come back in moments like that.
He's a threat to make 2 or 3 in a quick span, and that changes the defense. They can't just pack over, they can't cheat over, they can't cheat inside. They have to be more honest defensively when he's on the court. There are guys, Terrence Edwards is capable of making a bunch of threes in a row, Chucky Hepburn is, but they don't usually make a bunch of threes in a row.
How good was Terrence tonight?
Terrence was pretty good tonight. He's so crafty inside. He was able to work his way in. You don't know how he does it in scores, but you look up and he's got 29 points.
Yeah.
Probably made himself some money in this game. Chucky Hepburn, there was a play late where he drives into the lane, takes a little runner midway, and he makes that shot probably 90% if you look at his stats, and he missed it.
Yeah.
And he just kind of wilted at that moment. And he said after the game, he said, I disappeared, and I can't do that in big games.
Yeah.
So, they know where they are, they know who they are, and that's a good place to be going into March. Now it's going to a lot be of the matchup, and we will find that out on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, I think if you're fans, you're rooting for Louisville, you're probably going to have to expect a 5 seed.
6, 5, 6.
5, 6.
6. Could be a 7 if things didn't go right on that. But I think by getting to the championship of the ACC and by beating Clemson twice, and Clemson's going to be a higher seed than Louisville, they're going to probably get a 6 seed, I think, is where they are.
Yeah.
And that's a tough game because then we could see them against St. John's. We could see them against go through your 3 seeds. Who are they? So,
The thing about this Louisville team is, and I think that they've proved this twice now with Duke, the number 1 team in the country, they can play with those teams. Yeah. They can play with them. They can hang in for 40 minutes. A couple things go differently, and we might be sitting here with red and white confetti laying on the ground.
Yeah, it would have taken a lot tonight.
Sure.
For a lot to go differently, but I did feel like they came out with a good game plan, and I just don't think they had. You need a little more size. You need a little more shooting than they have to compete with a team like Duke. But not everybody they face in the tournament's going to be like Duke. So
No,
that's
no.
one good thing about it. I think they can go in feeling pretty confident that they have guys, every position player they have, with the exception of Kenai Roos, who's a freshman, played in the NCAA tournament last season.
Sure.
And they're seasoned. They've been through this. They know what they can do. They know what they can't do. They diagnose games very well. So we'll see what they're able to do on the biggest stage in college basketball.
Pat Kelsey said after that Stanford win, emotional victory, he said we recruited guys who are tough winners. They've been here before and they know how to win, and that's a big difference, a key difference, and a game changer when it comes to March. And you saw Louisville find ways to win games, whether it's a last-second shot against Stanford, whether it's hanging on to a lead, in that second-round game against Clemson. They've been here, they're seasoned, and I feel like it's a very mature bunch as well.
Yeah, they are. And you just look at the bench and you see the big guys. You see Kason Pryor and Ali Khalifa and guys like that. You wish that they had them available. They don't. They'll have them next year.
Yep.
We'll be back. We're going to do a lot more of this. Louisville has the NCAA tournament ahead, but we're going to clear out, let them sweep up the confetti, and pack up the court. We're going to pack up and get back to Louisville and see what kind of seeds Louisville has, see where Kentucky winds up, see if Indiana makes the tournament. A lot of fun days ahead, and it's good to have everybody back playing. So
let's go get some sleep.
Let's do it. Let's get some sleep, get whatever we got. Throw the confetti. Dalton Godby, Eric Crawford, Charlotte, WDRB Sports.